Blitz, 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida, the hottest sports show in the South. Let's go. It's Lil Cash with another hit with Paul Wilson on the Sports Blitz, where they talk trash and they talk ish. When it comes to sports, man, they too legit. It's 104.3 ESPN. If you love sports, better chime in. NFL, college, local sports, they got it. NBA, they got it. Sports Blitz, the top. The show hottest wasabi. Better tune in and go watch it. Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson. If you even tried, you can't stop it. Bone Crusher gon' pop it. No Jeff gon' pop it. Go like, comment, subscribe, and share right now.
It's 5 o'clock and it's not. It's 4 o'clock and it's hump day and we're so excited. I'm just so pumped up about this. It's the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida, your spot for the Atlanta Braves. Don't forget the Braves tonight take on the Mets. That's right, baby. 6 o'clock is the coverage time. 6:15 is the first pitch. Don't forget, if you want to be a part of this show, you can be. All you got to do is call in on the Tropical Spas and Pool phone line. 850-215-6290 is the way you do that. As always, on a Wednesday, I got Jeffro in the building. Jeffrey, them Braves are winning. How you doing today, baby?
They avoided the sweep.
That's right, son. They won.
No.
They won last night. That's fine.
Yeah, no,
well, it's not the sweep.
So it's called the rubber match today.
Yeah, so we'll win tonight.
Is this a 4-game series?
Yeah, we'll win tonight. Yes, three game. This is third game.
Okay,
yep.
so this is a rubber match for sure.
Yeah, so
100%.
I'm excited about it. As always, on a Wednesday, you got the Crusher of Bones in the building. Bone Crusher, how you doing?
I'm ready for the fastest 2 hours in sports.
Well, you come to the right spot. It's here, baby.
It down.
It's here. You always get on to me about being so fast, but I can't help it.
You know
I've
why?
got so much balls of energy.
You think it's 5 o'clock where the Yankees are at.
Yeah, I'm already ready.
Yankees fan.
I'm just telling you.
God.
I'm pumped up because, man, we are very, very close to college football season starting. We're very, very close to the NFL season to start. We're very, very close to baseball playoffs. So, I mean, we are pumped up and ready to go.
What is the most sports-packed month of the year?
It's going to be October.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the day. Yeah.
It is.
That is October the 1st.
Yeah.
And from then on until it's all over, man, it's the best.
October's the month.
Now, it's definitely fun. August, September, it's fun. But, man, October, that's where your meat of your schedule is. You're going to have
baseball
top 5
playoffs.
plus the playoffs plus, the NFL's going, all of that.
College football.
Yeah.
You all talk about third Saturday in October.
Yeah.
It's not just Tennessee and Alabama any longer.
No, it is not. It's
like
more.
It's like more. One of the most stacked weekends in college football.
For sure. There's a bunch of stacked weekends. Somebody did say, Christopher Monteconti said that Bone Crusher looking slim in the building. So those running and doing the things that you've been doing, Bone Crusher, really working.
Thank you.
The keto meals.
Is he running from the law?
I don't know. I don't know.
I've been taking creatine. I've been taking collagen peptides, testosterone booster. I've been going at it.
Collagen Roll Tide. What'd you say? I think that's what I heard. So let's talk about the Braves. I'm excited. Last night they
4-0's pitching.
Yeah,
pitching won the game.
Yeah. Well, you got to hit the ball. You got to score runs.
4 runs.
Let's talk about this though.
Are you averaging 4 runs this year?
Let me
like
just
the
tell
whole
you.
year? Is that what it is? That's spectacular.
Well, I want to say this.
Probably is.
The Braves. There's been games that they've done really well. There's been games where they haven't. But I'm telling you, last night to me was fantastic because we had a little bit of both. And when you look at it across the board, the Braves, Matt Olson went 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a home run. Michael Harris Jr., or the second, went 1 for 3. Ozzie Albies 1 for 3. We didn't necessarily kill the ball, but we definitely put runs on the board enough to win 4-0. And again, Perez pitched great. 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 strikeouts, 3 walks. That's what I'm talking about. If we can get our pitcher to 6 innings with around none to 1 run, we'll be good to go. Let's talk about something that we haven't talked about. And I'm going to say this from the side of me being an Atlanta Braves fan. And the other side of it is I'm disappointed in myself. So not only am I looking at you, but I'm also looking in the mirror. The one thing that we haven't done on this show, and it's my fault.
No,
my name is on this show.
We did.
Right? This is Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson, so the buck stops right here. And I'm going to make a formal apology All right? I'm going to make a formal apology for something that I have not done, and I've done this wrong. And I apologize to everybody that's involved, but I apologize to one person. And that person is none other than Matthew Kent Olson. Mr. Olson last night hit his major league leading 35th home run. We haven't said one thing about Matt Olson leading the league in home runs.
35 home runs is leading the league right now?
Yes, it is. Don't try to say no. We're going to talk about Matt Olson right now. He's hitting
We're 120 games into the season.
266, 35 home runs, 74 RBIs, and 124 hits. And I have not one time mentioned Mr. Matt Kent Olson as a leading contender for the NL MVP.
He's on pace for 47.
Right. Now, you tell me, when you were growing up, if you hit 47 home runs, if that wasn't a big deal. Post-steroid era, you can say whatever you want about it.
Yeah.
But pre-steroid era,
you're
47 home runs was a lot of home runs.
Yeah, when you hit 40-something, it was kind of a big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
I remember when Jose Canseco went 40 for 40. He stole 40 bases, hit 40 home runs, but he was all juiced up. Yeah. But I'm telling you this, Matt Olson, fantastic. He's having a career. Not only that, and see, this is why I don't understand why you're not jumping on the board of this right now. Now, I apologize for mine. Now it's time for you to get on board with this guy. You know what else he's doing? He's not resting.
Okay.
He's coming to work every single day. He is number 8.
Showing up is not that great.
He's number 8. Well, you go tell me.
I haven't missed a day of work.
He's number.
It's just so long.
You barely show up on time. But this guy is number 8 ever in consecutive games played.
8th?
8th.
Wow.
So
okay, that's
come on. Yeah,
there.
so come on. Give me some more than
if
just
you're
showing up.
Eighth in like consecutive games, and that's current right now?
Yes. Not in history.
In history
of having,
I know, but is it current?
Yes.
Like he's been playing like I don't know, 1,000 games right now,
right?
Or
exactly.
900 or something like
yes.
that.
Well, I can tell you exactly where
it's got to be around 800 or 900 if you're 8th. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Because Cal Ripken played like 1,400 or something like that, something stupid.
Yeah, well, I'm just telling you, as of August the 9th, which that's a couple of days ago, he was at 900 straight games. So he's come to work.
Yeah.
In this era that we live right now where everybody takes breaks and blah, 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 and we're worried about
mental health day,
all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And Matt Olson is doing what he's supposed to do. So the other part of that is that he's hitting the home runs. He's consistently playing a base too. He's not batting DH or anything like that. He's playing first base. First base, you get a lot of action over there because they got to throw the ball to you. You got to pick the ball. You got to play the base.
It's
the
third most active position in all of baseball, after the pitcher and the catcher.
Yeah, because of having to take the infield throws for first base.
All
I
the
get
time.
it. But I'm just saying, like, I want to apologize to Matt Olson for not really recognizing how great
trade him
of a
last year?
No. Easy.
You trade everybody. You're like, he's not doing very well. Let's get him
I was trying to get rid of Strider.
Yeah.
I was trying to get rid of Ozzie Albies.
Oh, that's it?
I was trying to get rid of Sean Murphy. I also even mentioned Michael Harris Jr. or Michael Harris II.
Ain't no way.
I did. I mentioned him.
You were trying to get rid of Harris?
I was trying to get rid of – because Harris, he was on fire, but before the All-Star break, he was horrible.
Yeah.
He was the worst batter in baseball before the All-Star break, and he turned out to be the hottest batter after the All-Star break.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he was Jekyll and Hyde on that. But I do want to apologize. I do want to say that, Matt Olson, you are fantastic. You're doing great. If he gets to 285, and I get it, you got Shohei Ohtani, who's the most famous baseball player in the world, and then you got Pete Crow Armstrong, who's leading a team
and
that
could be MVP.
Well, he's the front guy now.
Yeah,
he's the leader.
Where's Mike Judge?
Aaron Judge.
Well,
I
know who Mike Judge is. No, forget it.
I don't know who Mike Judge is.
He created Beavis and Butthead.
Okay. Well, we know where your head is.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Cool.
So the Braves, though, looking good last night. Obviously, there's a lot more games to play.
See, I've already forgot Judge's first name.
Yeah. Well, that's because he's just out.
He's been injured twice, right?
Yeah, but the Braves are up 9 games
Yeah.
over the Phillies, which is
if
which
you
is
told
great.
me we would be up 9 games in this division at this point, 120 games into the season, I would have said, "Are you kidding me? Who did we get that just like came out of nowhere?"
Right. Well, I want to ask you a question about it. Does it make you so with the Braves being leading their division?
Yeah, and the way they are leading the division, not
Right.
just like 3 or 4 games.
As far as Matt Olson's opportunity to get into the limelight of being MVP, when you've got someone like Pete Crow Armstrong,
Yeah.
who is not necessarily leading in every category, but his team is a second place team in his division. By they're down by 4 games.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you put the team? Don't
No,
usually,
no. Don't start that. We don't give Heisman's to the best player on Alabama's team because they're winning all the games.
Yeah, but
We don't do that.
you
Not
kind
here.
of give. Well, I mean, let's just look at the difference. Let's just see what he's doing compared to what Matt Olson's doing. All right, he's 285, so he's
That's good.
20
Really
or
good.
19. He's 19 points ahead of Matt Olson in batting average.
Okay.
All right, he's got 27 home runs. He's 12 home runs shy of Matt Olson.
No.
Yeah, Matt Olson's got
35,
30.
27. It's only 8.
No,
You
I
said
thought he had
35.
30.
No,
Did
no.
you say 30?
He has 35.
It's not 39. I was thinking 39.
27 is 8. So he's
up
8 behind him.
72 RBIs. I think Olson's got 74,
That's really close.
but Matt Olson still gets the nod.
Whatever.
He's got 129 hits. Matt Olson has 125 hits.
Okay, but the hits thing, okay. Did he miss any games?
Yeah.
Crow Armstrong.
Pete Crow Armstrong. Yeah, I'm sure he did. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm thinking he did. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's pretty comparable.
So
Who do you
that's
give the MVP to on that one?
Yeah, so
now he
that's-
was 18 points in the batting average because 285, 267. Mm-hmm. I mean, it kind of just depends how valuable he is to the team. And you said the RBIs is 74 to 72. That's
Yeah.
really close.
all right. So now let's
Now,
look at,
who's the offensive team? Is it the Cubs or is it the Braves? It's the Cubs. As a team, they hit more runs.
I don't know. We'd have to look it up.
Yeah.
But let's look at Shohei's numbers. 290. Mm-hmm. So he's got the better batting average of all 3.
Yes, home runs.
Home runs 26.
But he was out for a little bit?
Don't matter.
No. Okay, 26.
You don't get points for being out.
Okay, so 26. He's 1 behind Crow Armstrong. Okay, what else?
72 RBIs.
That's right, the same as pretty much everybody
No,
else.
no. They're not pretty
74,
much.
72, 72. It's
That is not the same.
2 off. Tomorrow it'll be all the same.
It is not right now,
Tomorrow,
though.
yeah.
But it's not today.
And then what's our last stat?
The hits. He
Oh,
had
hits.
123.
Okay.
So, I mean, you
And
got
he's
a 3.
pitching, and he's pitching.
Well, he's not really pitching anymore. He was pitching.
Is his record like 4-1 or something?
He was pitching. He's not pitching any longer. So that's what I'm saying. Like you, as much as you want to say yes to
So we
the
got
name,
42 games left.
yeah.
Let's see.
I mean, so right now, Olson's batting a little bit. He's 30. He's 20. He's 24 points below Ohtani on batting average, which nobody looks at batting average anymore anyway. Actually,
Well, you
but
just
us. Pete Crow is second, and then Olson's third. Home runs, obviously Olson's leading both.
Yeah.
All right. RBIs, Olson's up.
Dead heat.
Olson's up.
Dead heat.
Hits, Olson's got 124. Crow's got 127. So what I'm saying is, it's a 3-man race, but Matt Olson doesn't get any credit. He hasn't, even on a show where I take care of him and I'm trying to, push the Braves here, I've done a terrible job of pushing him. So it's just, to me, I'm sorry, but it's a 3-man race. If Olson, how does Olson win it? Or is it on those other guys to lose it? Because Pete Crow Armstrong came on the scene last year. Everybody talked about him. He was a big deal last year. right?
Yeah, him and Cal Raleigh.
Yeah. Yes. Shohei Ohtani is the most famous baseball player in the world.
Yeah.
Okay? So that. But Olsen is having – I mean, can you agree? I mean, yes, Shohei pitched early. He's not pitching anymore because of his knee, right? They're letting him hit, but he's not pitching at all. So if that – like, how does that weigh in at the end if he's no longer doing what pushed him ahead?
Yeah.
All right? So does Matt Olson get the nod for his stats, or is it a popularity contest?
Well, you know, it's always somebody's going to be out there voting, and they're going to say it's a popularity contest, and it's if you're showy, you know, you really are like a Michael Jordan who dunks the ball. You know, give me some spectacular something or another, not just a bunch of numbers, because that's just for fantasy baseball people.
Yeah,
But if you're 8 home runs up on somebody, you keep that lead. You increase your batting average to like not 267, but like a 275, and you're in the ballpark. I mean, and then your RBIs, you're still ahead of those other guys. You know, it's hard to avoid it.
The only way he's going to be able, because he is tied with Kyle Schwarber. Him and Schwarber are tied at home runs.
Yeah.
The only way he's going to get any kind of recognition is if he
takes that stat.
takes it over and wins the home run competition and makes a actual run for RBIs and then maybe gets close to 300.
And in the slam dunk is your team wins the division by like 12 games.
I don't
over
know.
a tough division.
I don't know.
These Phillies, I mean, they start out slow. They came on strong. Look, the Nats and the Marlins, you can make fun of them all you want, but they're pretty decent teams. Are they average? Sure. Are the Mets undervalued? I mean, are they really not providing any results? This division is not bad at all, to be honest with you, talent-wise.
No, it's not.
No.
I just don't know how much winning your division by a certain amount weighs on. Because if you were to ask a lot of people nationally, not Braves fan, but nationally, who's the Braves' best player?
Oh, yeah, they wouldn't have said
They would say Ronald Acuna Jr.
Yeah.
They would say Drake Baldwin.
Or Sale.
Pitcher. Or Matt Olson. I mean, Matt Olson's definitely going to be mentioned.
Yeah.
Or
even
Michael Harris.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a default because Shohei is so popular and so famous.
And talked about.
And
he has segments on national TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it's the Dodgers who are back-to-back winners.
Right.
And going for the three-peat.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you don't just have to beat him on the field. You have to beat him on shows. And I mean, here we are again. I'm going to say it one more time. I know I beat this horse pretty dead, but I'm a Braves fan, and we've totally overlooked the year that Matt Olson's having by just saying he was an all-star. Oh, yeah, he did Matt Olson things, which is slowly but surely hit 35 home runs leading the NL. So we got to do a better job at pushing Matt Olson because he deserves it. So Matthew Kent Olson, if you're listening right now, I'm sorry. I apologize. And I promise you I'm going to reach out to your handler, and I'm going to try to get you on the show, and I'm going to apologize to you on the air, live right here, and tell you I'm sorry, and that if I get my vote for the MVP, I'm voting Matt Olson.
And I hate that there's a bias also that you don't talk about.
What?
Big market. Atlanta's like a top 20 city. And, you know, L.A. and Chicago are number 2 and number 3.
Well, that's the thing. That is the thing. So it is harder to win an MVP in a smaller market.
From a Seattle or an
an
Atlanta.
From a smaller market.
Yes.
It is. No matter how many fans, you know, because we talked about this yesterday about how many fans consider their team to be the Braves, which is a bunch of states. You know, Alabama, Georgia.
Because they have a buffer. The Braves have always had a buffer.
Right.
They are the Southern team.
They are.
And before that, it was the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Because the Braves originally came from Boston, and I think they went somewhere else, and then they came to Atlanta. I think it was Chicago. think they went Boston, Chicago.
I thought it was the Milwaukee Braves.
Oh, you're right. It was Milwaukee.
Okay, let's go ahead and take our first. I like that. You can say that anytime you want. Thank you.
Somebody else is going to call up and argue with you.
Yeah, when we come back, we're going to have Aaron Bearden on from Instant Replay Sports Cards. We got to talk about something going on in the card market. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida, the Paul Feinbaum Show.
Blaine is in Georgia. Hey, Paul, with all this talk about Kalen DeBoer and his future, does anybody like Kalen DeBoer?
I think he's a likable individual. I think the issues go way beyond his personality. I really haven't heard anybody ask a question like that, maybe since grammar school.
The Paul Feinbaum Show, sponsored by the Deckhand Social. Weekdays 2 to 4 and 6 to 8 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Anna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. The rest of the day, mostly sunny and a temperature of 92 with wind 10 to 15 miles per hour out of the west-southwest. Mostly clear skies tonight, a gentle breeze and quite warm near 82. A very slight chance of sprinkles in the morning, and then mostly sunshine and 93 tomorrow. 94 and mostly sunshine with a light breeze Friday. This is your Wednesday's weather brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Football season is almost here, and it's time to bring the energy back to Jacksonville. Be the first to see your 2026 Jaguars in action as they go head-to-head with the Carolina Panthers in a preseason matchup Friday, August 21st. Seating capacity is limited, so lock in your tickets for the 7:30 kickoff by visiting jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We'll see you back at the bank.
Full residential and commercial projects from start to finish. Wheelhouse is ready to help. From the moment you have the thought to build to the moment you step through the front door of your finished project, Wheelhouse Consulting and Engineering will walk you through all of your aspirations. Engineering, site plans, live architectural design, construction, 3D rendering, permits, and more. Wheelhouse Consulting and Engineering, 850-896-6597, 850-896-6597, and online at wheelhousedba.com.
Football season is right around the corner. Touchdown! And 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida has an unbelievable schedule of college and NFL games. Do you own a business, want to reach more customers? Put the power of ESPN Northwest Florida to work for you. Advertising opportunities are available right now. For more information, call 850-215-4468 or go to espnpc.com and click the contact button. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida gets results. Here's Brandon Strickland from Recommended Collision Center, Jinx Avenue in Panama City.
At Recommended Collision Center, we're all about taking care of our community, and advertising on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida has helped us do just that. Social media ads were getting stale, but the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson gave us a fresh way to reach local customers. We've seen more vehicles coming in for estimates, more phone calls, and more people recognizing our name. It's been a great partnership for our business, pairing up with 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
To see how 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida can help grow your business, go to espnpc.com and click the contact button. Get your message heard and cut through the clutter. Go to espnpc.com and click the contact button.
Now, taking your collection to the next level. It's the Instant Replay Sports Cards Box Break. With Aaron Bearden on ESPN Northwest Florida.
We are back live and local right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson, and we're so glad that you've joined us on this beautiful day here in Panama City Beach, Florida. The Panhandle. Yes, sir. We're so excited to be here. Your spot for the Atlanta Braves, the Matt Olson leading Atlanta Braves.
I just got off the phone with Matt's handler. He said, who? Sports Blitz who? Bunch of nobodies?
Yeah, well, he's just offended that I didn't mention him, so I apologize for that. Jeffrey's here, Bone Crusher's here, and now we have Aaron Bearden on the line from Instant Replay Sports Cards. Aaron, how are you doing today, my friend?
Hey, fantastic over here. How about you guys? What's going on?
We're doing great. We, spent the whole first segment complaining about myself and apologizing to Matt Olson because he's leading the league in home runs, and I have yet to talk about him in the MVP race. And so we did that the whole time. So we're kind of getting through that. And, again, I apologize. Bone Crusher called his handler, and they're pretty mad about it. So we're trying to get through it. But either way, none of this negativity. How's it going with you, and what is going on at Instant Replay Sports Cards?
Yeah, man, things are going great. A lot of new exciting releases, a lot of restocks this week as well. Matt Olson in the MVP conversation just for the home runs.
Home runs,
where we're going?
home runs, RBIs, and he's batting 266. Pete Crow Armstrong, who everybody's talking about, is at 290 with less home runs, less RBIs, and more hits. Shohei Ohtani is at 290. Less home runs, less RBIs, less hits. And the Braves are up by 9 games. The Cubs are down by 4. And the Dodgers, they're up by like 9 or 8.
I'm actually, the most surprising thing there is the Dodgers were only up single digits.
Yeah, that's true. But they're on a big skid here lately. So for all the happy fans, that's a good thing.
What's more surprising, it's Arizona, I think, in second.
Yeah.
And the Padres are right on their tail.
Yeah. But just by payroll, in April, we'd have thought mid-August the Dodgers were up, 25 games?
Yeah,
that's just
exactly.
What it should have
But the Giants and Phillies being in last is crazy.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, what Pete Crow Armstrong's Olson is like, 6th in the NL in OPS, which is usually what they're going to go by, more than just a single, home runs or hits.
True.
I don't know. He's got time to move up, and, I'm not saying it can't happen. It might, but that would shock me if the season ended today if Matt Olson was a top 3 finalist.
And that's the thing.
We'll see.
For me, I just feel like with him being our, we're a Braves affiliate, and I'm not even mentioning it. Then that's the part that bothered me the most when I looked at it. I was like, you know what, Paul, you're not doing a great job of covering your team. So that's why I'm kind of giving myself, maybe my wife will give me a pat on the back today when I get home or something. I don't know, because I feel pretty bad about it.
Rub your belly.
Yeah, but you gotta be able to cover your team, but still be, to keep your credibility. So you can't be like, well, the worst guy on the Braves is still better than anybody on any other team ever. Matt Olson he's the caliber of guy to win an MVP. Like I say, he's got time. He could make a run for it and blow past those guys.
Yeah, no, I think he's still got time, and I think there's still opportunity. Let's talk about something that I wanted to touch base with you on. Obviously, last week, the update with the tops and the debut patches, they did find the Cooper flag. I did see it in Rhode Island, so it was done by a breaker this time. So one was done by a breaker this time. The Shohei was done by an actual card shop, so to speak, in Boca Raton. And how do you feel about the whole bounty thing? I mean, is that from your perspective, because I'm kind of up in the air about it. I get it. But it's like, man, I do have a little bit of like, gosh, it seems like everybody that is rich gets the good cards. And that's the problem that, a lot of people bring up. So give me your perspective about that, and then talk about the Cooper flag card being pulled.
Yeah, when you make it just a money thing where that's, this set's going to have this card in it. It's already expected to bring $3 million and all that. You've already taken the sort of the trading card that, this is a card with a cool picture of a player with some stats. That's already out the window. All we're looking at now is you're scratching off a lottery ticket and trying to hit that $3 million, which is going to drive the price of the boxes up. And like you say, it's going to make it where those who can afford it can buy tons of that stuff and open it. And those who can't kind of have to sit outside and watch. As far as the bounty thing, you mean like just somebody announcing, hey, if you pull this card, I'll give you this for it?
Yes. There's been several of those, and even the Mavericks got into it with talking about offering 32 years of season tickets and all that. Yeah, the Pirates did that a couple of years ago with the Paul Skeens thing, which
I think now the person who pulled the Paul Skeens card is probably happy they sold it. I don't know if anybody wants tickets to watch Paul Skeens right now. I don't think Paul Skeens wants to see what he's doing right now.
No, you're exactly right.
He's on a bad run. Yeah, there's always going to be people that, hey, if you get this card, you take those big numbers out of it. I mean, we have that kind of thing here at the shop. We have collectors who are like, hey, if somebody pulls a such and such card, I'm looking for one. I'll buy it.
Okay.
Well, it's a $30 or $40 card. It's it's not that kind of crazy money. They're just like saying, hey, if you get one, I'll buy it.
Right.
And then you take the dollar amount out of that. That's always been there. I don't know that per se is the problem with it. The one cool thing about it, I guess, with a team buying it, if they were to say, we're going to buy it and put that card on display at our stadium, so everybody who comes in can look at it and take a picture and sort of get to admire it and appreciate it, rather than some big rich hedge fund manager guy buying it as an asset and locking it away in a vault somewhere, and no one gets to see it.
Yeah.
So, I guess there's at least that. You look for that upside to it.
Well, I do have someone has sent us a message on the Tropical Spas and Pool phone line, and he wants to ask you a question, actually. So he wants to move outside of the sports cards, but he wants to ask you, could you talk a little bit about, I guess, and again, if I butcher these names, I'm not into the anime stuff, so I don't know much about it. Naruto, One Piece, and not Pokemon, and that he's also looking for some cards for like Marvel superheroes and that kind of stuff, Dungeons and Dragons and that kind of thing. So do you have that, and kind of expound on that a little bit?
Yeah, so, you mentioned not Pokemon, but I'd have to say we do carry Pokemon. We don't carry the other card games, with the exception of we do Rush of Icor, which is put out by Upper Deck. It's a really good thing to kind of get in on the ground floor. It's still new. It hasn't got that thing about it like Pokemon where everybody's fighting each other to buy it. You can still get in on it. The cards have the same kind of rarity. You have those full art cards. If you like the fantasy stuff, it's mixing all the mythologies from around the world into a card game with combat, and you can be the Vikings against the Aztecs or whatever. So we do have that. The other ones we don't carry, and a lot of that comes down to two things. One is we have a couple of really good shops here in Panama City that do the gaming stuff well. Comic Emporium is one. Arena Comics is another. They've been around a long time. They are approved by these companies to sell these cards, and it was just something that, it's like we have a limited amount of floor space. Do I want to carry a product that's already being offered here, or do we want to carry something that nobody else is doing? So that's part of it. The other is some of those companies require certain things, like when they sell One Piece or something like that, they want you to run all of their events, their tournaments, all that stuff. We've already got a lot of events going on. We just don't have time to turn into a full-time gaming shop. There just aren't enough nights in the week for that. So that's the other reason we don't carry some of those products. Now, the good side to that, Marvel Comics cards, DC trading cards, that kind of stuff, the Disney stuff, we do carry those products because those don't come with those same kind of, 4 nights a week, you got to run our tournaments and all that. So, we do have that stuff when it's available. Since Upper Deck lost the Marvel license and it went to Topps, the amount of product being put out has dropped significantly. The print runs have dropped, so the boxes are far more expensive than they used to be. So there's that side. Upper Deck was doing a series for like every Marvel TV show, every Marvel movie. If you were really into the Loki show or WandaVision or any of that, they had cards coming out for all of that stuff exclusive to just that show, with the actor autographs and a lot of really cool creative inserts. Now we're not seeing that. Like last summer we saw the Fantastic Four movie came out. They did put out some Fantastic Four cards, but it was more about the comic book than just the movie. But a lot of the other recent Marvel things, they haven't done cards just for that show or that film. So, but they are out there, and we do carry them when they put them out.
So this, what is it? Rush to I? What is it that you carry?
Rush of Icor, Ikorr.
Okay. And usually people get into this because they know somebody that's already into it and they get basically explained how it all works. Or, I mean, they just buy a set or something like that, like a box, and then they figure it all out.
Yeah. So, like Rush of Icor has, like most of these card games do, a lot of them, a starter box set, a starter deck, and you can, pick whichever faction you'd like to play and buy the starter deck. It's got the rules as well as we've got like QR codes here in the shop. You can scan with your phone and goes right to Upper Deck's website and explains how to play the game.
And there's Greek and Roman in there also?
I believe so. With every expansion they're doing, they're adding different mythologies and different cultures from around the world. So there's Egyptian stuff. Like I said, there's Vikings. Wow. There's sort of Japanese stuff, some samurai-type characters.
Oh, wow.
So they're expanding a lot of that. And the artwork in it's really great. If you like the Magic the Gathering stuff, or you mentioned Dungeons & Dragons, it's that type of artwork. And you have a lot of those full color, full border type art cards, variations, and stuff like that with it.
And it's not just like cards like just for show and everything and having certain, I want to say players, but there's like, is there a storyline, or I'm trying to figure that out?
To my knowledge, I haven't played the game myself. It kind of works, I think. It's similar to like Magic the Gathering and all that, where there is kind of a story within the world of the game, but you're sort of sitting down and playing a card game against someone else. One of the really fun things about Rush of Icor is it's not just a one-on-one game. You can play in teams. You can do like a 2-on-2 or 3-on-3 version of the game as well, which is a really neat concept, because most of those, Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh!, they're one-on-one games.
Are those cards valuable? I mean, obviously we know that Pokemon are, but...
Right. So, obviously they haven't hit that level. It's still a new game, still taking off. They've only got 1 or 2 expansions out at this point. But, we've been selling some of the singles, some of the rares on eBay. We've gotten some of them graded and sold them. There's a market out there for people that want to collect some of the really rare cards, some of those specialty art cards and all that.
Wow, so there is a market. Wow, that's really good, because I know that you can't just do one side, I'm sure. That's really good. Let's talk about some of the other things that I wanted to get with you today on. And, I wanted you to tell us about something special that Panini's doing right now.
Yeah. Panini's really got a big year. First of all, 2026 has been a big year for them. One thing was Panini's got that exclusive World Cup deal. And this was the year to have that. Panini World Cup cards this year were huge, could not keep them in stock. And it was kind of the thing for the first time, I think because it was played here, that more Americans took notice of it. And a lot of card collectors really, started diversifying and, maybe not becoming big hardcore soccer collectors, but saying, hey, I normally do football, but maybe I should pick up a couple of Messi cards, or maybe I should get in on, Lamine Yamal before his stuff gets so outrageous. So we saw a lot of people that collect other sports just getting just a little bit of that, just, trying to be ahead of the curve somewhat. Obviously, some of those guys have been big stars for 10 years or more, but still seeing some upside in it as the sport continues to expand in the collectible world. So that's definitely one of the things they've been doing. They've got the women's soccer licensing as well, which that's growing too. You have the Women's World Cup kind of separate from the men's. And they're picking up a lot of collegiate stuff now as well. So, Panini is looking onward and upward. This isn't a company that's on the brink or anything like that. Their valuation right, they're like $5 or $6 billion is what the company's worth. You compare that to Topps. When Topps sold to Fanatics, Topps was only worth like $500 million. Panini's like 10, 12 times that size.
So, how does that work? I mean, is there a chance that Panini will get the licensing back one day for some of these, for some of these leagues, or is it is that how it works? Is they get a certain amount of contract and then they both kind of vie for the league and then they pick who they want? Is that kind of how it works?
Yeah, Yeah, how it had always worked was the license was just out there, and if you had a company that made cards and you wanted to pay the league for the right to put their team names, because that's all the league owns, that's all they control is the team names, then you could pay their fee and make cards, and unless you did something egregious, you got to keep doing that. That kind of changed in the last 10 to 15 years. And companies who had been making cards for a long, long time suddenly were forced out. There's a chance they can get it back. One of a couple of things can happen. One is the leagues themselves don't like the way things are going, because ultimately they're a business licensing their name and their credibility and all that out to someone. So just as you guys, ESPN Radio, you have people that do services for you. You have somebody does your HVAC work or whatever. If you don't like how they're doing it, you can contract with someone else for that. So MLB could, in theory, do the same. They could at one point decide, you know what, we made a mistake with where we went, and we want to try some other options. The other is Panini's in court right now with Fanatics over all that stuff. That's not resolved yet. It's sort of, for the time being, it's business as usual. But in the long run, they're still fighting how a lot of that went down.
Wow.
So who knows?
Yeah, I had no idea all of that. That's interesting, too. That would be kind of curious to see where that ends up going. Well, Aaron, tell us the hours of operation and where you're located, my friend.
Yeah, yep. So we are at 752 West 23rd Street, Panama City, Florida. That's at Stanford Station, Academy Sports, Sweet Frog, El Jalisco, all that right there with us. And we are open 7 days a week, Monday to Friday, 11 to 8, Saturday 10 to 8, Sunday 12 to 6. You can find all of that information, phone number, and all that at Instant Replay, sportscards.com. And, hey, we've got a new thing on the website right there. We got a new blog up that we update a couple of times a week, all about card news and hobby info. A lot of that licensing stuff is on there. We were just talking about that a couple of days ago. So go on there and get yourself some information and kind of see what's going on right now in the world of collectibles.
That sounds fantastic. Also, you got some stuff going on this weekend. Tell us what you got.
We do. Kids Club, Friday at 6 p.m. It's going to be a lot of fun. We know last weekend kids are kind of getting back into the school thing. This week, bring the kids out. They've had that first week of school. It's been awkward. Let them come out and have some fun with some other kids. 6 p.m., they'll get in some fun breaks. They can trade with kids. It's going to be awesome. We got some cool giveaways for them, too. Saturday night, Rip Night here at the shop. It's a big one. It's going to be awesome. Come in and sign up early. You get some food to go along with your Rip Night. Going to get a lot of cards. It's going to be a lot of fun. Contact us. Find out all that Rip Night info.
Well, that sounds great. Rip Night is a fantastic night. My son went over and enjoyed that. That was a great time. All right, Aaron. Well, thank you so much for coming on, man. It's always a pleasure to have you with us, and we will see you next week.
Yeah, and, hey, everybody at Rip Night this time, guarantee at least one of one for everyone participating in Rip Night. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, man,
you
that's
guys be
awesome.
Good. Take care. Be
All
safe.
right.
Come see us.
Thank you, Aaron. We appreciate it. Go see Aaron at Instant Replay Sports Cards right there in the Stanford Station right there off of 23rd Street. So good to have him. When we come back, we're going to dive into the latest news stories that's been going on. You got to listen to these stuff. It's crazy what's happening in the world of sports. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Colin Cowherd.
My observations, that offense, I didn't see a drop pass. That's a young, highly quick, and energized offense. It's almost got a college feel to it. Caleb Williams has lost, he told me, 13 pounds. Now, he's not as bulky. A play broke down. He looked like a wide receiver.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Weekdays at 1.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Take the hassle out of pool ownership with Tropical Spas and Pools. Their weekly pool cleaning service covers it all. Water testing, chemicals, brushing, vacuuming, and a full equipment checkup, so you can just relax and enjoy. Ready to upgrade your backyard? They specialize in hot tub spas from entry-level to executive models, starting at $6,599. Plus, above-ground pools like an 18-foot round starting at just $4,295. Visit Tropical Spas and Pools, 3612 West 23rd Street in Panama City.
With over 4 decades in business, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to take your collection to the next level. All new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia, and supplies. New and vintage cards and Pokemon. Buy, sell, and trade. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards inside the Stanford Station on 23rd Street next to Academy Sports. Come see the bigger store and the larger inventory, or visit online, InstantReplaySportsCards.com.
Pull up a chair, Braves country, because your Atlanta Braves are ready to play ball on the Braves Radio Network.
Michael Harris gets good wood on it, rising back to the chop house, taking flight and out of here.
Tonight, the division battle rolls on at Truist Park as Austin Riley and the Braves take on the New York Mets in another big NL East matchup in Atlanta.
Coverage coming up at 6, first pitch 6:15 on your home for the Atlanta Braves. ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Eat your Wheaties. It's the fastest 2 hours in sports. The Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson. Real talk for the real sports fan. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Your spot for the Atlanta Braves. Don't forget the Braves tonight take on the Mets. 6 o'clock is the coverage time. 6:15 is the first pitch. The Braves on the Gulf Coast is sponsored by Hewitt Tire and Auto, Brock Pest Control, Bill Bird Kia, PCB Hobby, Cito, and Blue Diamond Truck Accessories right here in the Panhandle. And we're so glad that you've joined us today. If you want to be a part of this show, all you got to do is call in on the Tropical Spas and Pool phone line. 850-215-6290 is the way you do that. You can text in on that line, and you can also call in as well. I want to say something. He mentioned it earlier. I want to say something about it real quick. Paul Skeens, the pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates, he was the guy. Like, he won the – here we go again, this LSU player, won the national title, was the guy, first pick – 6'7", 260 pounds, just a man of a man. Mm-hmm. Does these crazy workouts before.
Mm-hmm. Dating a gymnast.
Yeah, from LSU.
Social media giant.
Right. Yeah. So, famous.
Darling. The Pirates were, a third-place team for a portion of the season?
Yep.
They dropped down to fourth. I didn't check it recently, but I think it was Monday. I checked they were a half game out of last place. They're barely holding on to fourth place.
What were we saying last year about him, though?
That he was going to – you said – okay, let's clarify. You said he's going to go to a big market, maybe the Yankees. We don't know who's going to get them.
Haddad said that, but I'll agree.
Haddad said that?
Yeah,
okay.
I agree.
But you kind of agreed with it.
I agreed with
that. And I grimaced. I was like, please don't let it happen. Please don't let it happen. But to be honest with you, is the Pirates really a good run organization?
I don't know, but I don't care. Because
why? You have to have a happy employee.
But what I'm talking,
and if he's not happy with the Pittsburgh Pirates franchise, he's got to go somewhere else.
They're not happy with him.
Oh, well, yeah, you know why?
Last night he threw
probably because he's playing on a loser. He wants to go somewhere else, like the Detroit Tigers player.
All I'm saying is Paul Skeens threw 65 pitches in 5 innings last night against the Marlins, allowing 1 earned run, striking out 4, walking 1, and allowing 5 hits.
Oh, that's awful! 1 earned run in 5 innings. This is horrible.
He never reached.
Are you kidding me?
97 last night. He never reached 97,
and he allowed 1 run.
He did, and they pulled him.
That's awful, Paul.
What I'm trying to tell you is,
I would never want an ERA below 2.
Well, you're not,
and that's what that is.
You're not understanding where I'm going with this. His game is overpowering batters, and he's no longer doing that. And it's like 25 games in a row now that he's not hit 97 one time in any of his pitches. That is a big deal.
Do you want to win, or you just want to see speed?
He's not winning.
This isn't NASCAR.
He's not winning. But he's
not winning because he's on a cruddy team.
You have to have speed, though. If your game is so let me ask you this.
If your game is speed, you diversify it, have different types of pitches, have the ball doing crazy stuff, and still get people out.
But he's not.
You need to get people out.
But
not score.
His arms hurt.
Okay.
His arms hurt. There's no other reason to even talk about it. Curt Schilling said today in a post, he said, I told you that when you looked at his mechanics, He was going to have trouble. Yes, he was dominant. Yes, he was throwing the hardest. You remember, Rookie of the Year, starting pitcher for the All-Star team. I mean, this guy was the guy. And you heard Aaron Bearden just a moment ago say that his cards were really high. I mean, they were. The other day when we went in, he had cards in there, $500, $600, $700, $900, $1,000 of Paul Skeens sitting in there.
What?
Now those cards are starting to fall now. It's starting to go down because Paul Skeens is not the one that he was. And the thing is that before Jacob Mizorowski was throwing so hard in the big leagues, everybody was talking about Paul Skeens. Everybody talked about how great he was. Everybody talked about how his pregame routine. I mean, they made music videos about his pregame routine of how he throws the football, how he puts that water weight thing on his shoulders and does his little workout, and he does his arm with the bands, and he does this and he does that, and he, it's this whole thing, and he walks out and all, And again, I'm not trashing the guy. I'm just saying there's a problem. He's hurt. There's a problem, and his velocity is going down. I understand where you're coming from. Yes. There's many pitchers that made a lot of money off of being able to make you miss. I mean, you think of what, a knuckleball pitcher has done, Tim Wakefield, Phil Necro, those guys, Charlie Huff. But when you throw pitches that are hard, as long as your ball has movement to it, that's where you get people out,
Oh, yeah.
But Mizorowski's throwing 103.
Or have a changeup.
Right, having a devastating changeup.
Fools people.
But Skeens last night, did well, but something's going on is what I'm saying. And that's the whole reason why I brought it up. Is because
How many pitchers have come out the box and we all talk about the person? I don't know if it was a Kerry Wood or a Pryor or Fernando Venezuela or whoever.
Well, Venezuela had some good years.
Yeah, he didn't last but like 6 years in the majors. And it was all in the beginning. The first and second year, and then everybody stopped talking about him. It was like a flash. And that's happened so many times with pitchers, to be honest. Nobody can last like Nolan Ryan or Kershaw, right?
Yeah. I mean, they can, but it's a phenomenon when they do.
Yes.
I mean, Kurt Schilling lasted a while. Roger Clemens lasted a while. Like you said, Nolan Ryan. Randy Johnson. Those guys did. They found out how to pitch, and that's one of the things that people talk about. They say, I'll show you somebody that can throw, but then you got to be showing somebody that can pitch. There's a difference. There's a mind game. There's, and there's, there's definitely videos of interviews from Greg Maddux with his time against Barry Bonds and the structure of how those battles went and the mind games that were being played. And it's just amazing. It's just like I remember one time that, it talks about Greg Maddux that Chipper Jones tells a story about Greg Maddux. They were about to take Greg Maddux out, and they were like, okay, you got one batter left. Leo Mazzoni come out, and he's like, no. I'm going to make him pop up to Chipper at third, and we're going to get out of this.
Yeah.
And sure enough, the next bat, he popped him out to third. And Chipper was just like, how does he know where they're going to hit the ball? It's just amazing about how they're able to do that. But the game has changed. And people think that the hitters are better now, which I disagree because their averages aren't showing that, right? They've got more home runs.
Yeah, the averages are different. It's power more than the past.
But, will a guy like Greg Maddux, his style of pitching, he can throw in the 90s, but it's not overpowering people. It's more like location and being able to manipulate the ball, because what you want to do is you want every pitch to look like it's the same.
Yes.
But it's going to be totally different.
And randomness.
Yeah. It's not, and that's the deal. Like, there's an art to being able to throw the ball up and get them to chase. There's an art to
drop,
and then to know what the statistics are saying. This guy doesn't hit the ball that's low and away, so you want to make sure you stay low and away because he doesn't hit the ball very well.
Or intimidate him and throw it hard in the inside, and then the person's all rattled and everything, and they're taking off. And then some of these batters think they have it all figured out, and guess what?
They don't.
They change it up.
And then there's times where the batter actually gets you. And those are the times where you're like, gosh, you throw one. And that was the thing about Greg Maddux talking about Barry Bonds. He said, I threw one inside. Barry Bonds missed it, fouled it off a little bit. And Barry said at that time, if he brings that pitch in again, I'm putting it in the water.
Mm-hmm.
And Maddox, he said to myself, I said, okay, I got that one in on him. I might use that one for later. And then it ended up using it for later, and Barry put it in the water. So, that's the thing. Like, you got to be very smart. And, I mean, there's other, situations where, Maddox has talked about it. My favorite story that Maddox told was that Eddie Perez, which was his catcher, Maddox called his own game.
Oh, yeah.
So Maddox called his game based off of how he caught the ball back from Eddie Perez.
This, that.
Yeah. So if he does this, if he slapped across his forehead, that was the pitch that was coming. If he caught it this way, if he caught it underhand,
or
if he caught it away, or he clicked his leg or something like that, that told Eddie Perez what the next pitch was going to be. So that was just a crazy thing. And before they would have their prep time, and him and Eddie were talking, and they were talking about how to pitch the guys that were in the lineup. Well, they were actually playing the Houston Astros at the time, and Jeff Bagwell was one of those players. And they knew that, the Astros at that time was really good.
Oh, yeah.
They were going to meet him in the playoffs. Well, they were up, and he had said, I'm not going to pitch this pitch to him, Eddie. And Eddie was like, okay, yeah. And so Greg Maddux they were up. Like big. The game was not out of hand.
Like
but
7-run lead.
Yeah, like 7-2 or something, 7-1, something like that. So it was getting later in the inning, 6th, 7th inning, and Maddox called the pitch that he told Eddie that we were to never throw to Bagwell.
Mm-hmm.
And Eddie was kind of confused, and he was just like, called time and, didn't reset and all that. They didn't go out and talk, but he just said, and he called it again. And so Eddie was like, what in the world? He told me we wasn't going to call this pitch. Why are we doing this? So he threw it, and sure enough, man, Bagwell hit it over the fence. Boom, gone, home run, right? Braves going to win the game. Eddie, after the game, because he stayed in, Maddox left. He stayed in. It's like, man, I went and asked Greg. I was like, why did we throw that to him? He said, the game was already won. We know we're going to play them in the playoffs. I wanted to give him a pitch that he could hit over the fence so that set up whenever I pitch against him again, I'll know he'll think I'm going to throw that pitch again, but I'm never throwing that pitch to him. So it's just another one of those things. It's another one of those things. It's like Greg Maddux was just a different guy. And so when you have a pitcher, I said all that to say, when you have a pitcher that's like Greg Maddux that throws not overpowering fastballs, you got to have that kind of mind. Mm-hmm. But Skeens has always been a kind of guy that's going to overpower you with his speed, and now the speed has gone, so he's not overpowering people anymore. Because unfortunately, guys, a 95-mile-an-hour fastball belt high goes over the wall. So it's a different story now. So, hopefully he'll get it fixed, but if he doesn't, it's probably going to be a very soon day for him to be on the IL. But either way, when we come back, we are going to dive into some football. That's right. You heard it right here. Some football. We got some stuff to talk about. You don't want to miss it. And then we do have one story we got to share with you. And you can't believe how crazy it is. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson, 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Dan Patrick. And I think we've underrated Drew Brees. He's got 80,000 yards. His stats are better than Peyton Manning's. And the fact that he spent, I think, 5 years with the Chargers and then shoulder issues, Miami doesn't want him. He goes to New Orleans and brings that city a Super Bowl.
It's the Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings from 9 till 11. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Wednesday evening. As we head into tonight, mostly clear skies and a low of 83 with a gentle breeze out of the west-southwest at 9 miles per hour. For tomorrow morning, mostly sunshine and a temp near 90. In the afternoon and evening, mostly sunny and a high around 91. For Friday, mostly sunshine and a high of 92. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Discover the new Kia at Bill Bird Kia. Get behind the wheel of an exciting new 2026 Kia model where advanced technology, confidence-inspiring safety, and premium comfort come together for every drive. Looking for an SUV? Check out the stylish new 2026 Kia Sportage or the family-ready new 2026 Kia Sorento. And if you need more room, the innovative new 2026 Kia Carnival MPV delivers SUV-inspired design with plenty of room for all of your adventures. Bringing style and performance together, experience the bold new 2026 Kia K4 and new 26 Kia K5. Bill Bird Kia is the home of the original 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty, giving you peace of mind that you can trust. Visit Bill Bird Kia at 2435 East 15th Street in Panama City or online anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. Bill Bird Kia, your local community dealer, where we treat you like family. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe, ESPN Northwest Florida.
The locals love it.
Pull up a chair, Braves country, because your Atlanta Braves are ready to play ball on the Braves Radio Network.
Michael Harris gets good wood on it, rising back to the chop house, taking flight and out of here.
Tonight, the division battle rolls on at Truist Park as Austin Riley and the Braves take on the New York Mets in another big NL East matchup in Atlanta.
Coverage coming up at 6, first pitch 6:15 on your home for the Atlanta Braves. ESPN, Northwest Florida.
The sports world is a battlefield of opinions.
Auburn's got a serious problem.
And every day, Paul Wilson brings the heat, the fire, and the definitive take.
They are not finding ways to get him the football.
Don't just follow the headlines.
But they lost 2 road games, and these 2 teams are ranked number 5 and number 6.
Be a part of the story on the Sports Blitz. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
What it do, people? It's the homie Lil Cash. Right now you tuned in with Paul Wilson on the Sports Blitz. 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida. The hottest sports show in the South. Let's go. Cause Lil Cash with another hit with Paul Wilson on the Sports Blitz. Where they talk trash and they talk ish. When it comes to sports, man, they too legit. It's 104.3 ESPN. If you love sports, better chime in. NFL, college, local sports, they got it. NBA, they got it. Sports Blitz, the top. The show hottest wasabi. Better tune in and go watch it. Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson. If you even tried, you can't stop it. Bone Crusher gon' pop it. No Jeff gon' pop it. Go like, comment, subscribe, and share. Right now.
Now we've made it to 5 o'clock, and you're tuned in to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. It's hump day, baby, and you made it through, so you got 2 more days until the weekend. But don't have any fears. The Braves tonight take on the New York Mets. 6 o'clock is the coverage time. 6:15 is the first pitch. We're excited about that. The Braves get on track and win this series. Don't forget the Tropical Spas and Pools phone line is wide open and active. 850-215-6290 is the way you do that. We are live and local on Facebook and YouTube as well. Go out there, visit us on there, like, comment, subscribe, share, all those things in the ESPN Northwest Florida app. Download it so you can be with us at all times right here at 104.3. Jeffrey's here. Bone Crusher's here. Let's talk about this. We did not get a chance to talk about in depth about what really happened with the Oklahoma Little League World Series team. This is a big deal. I want you to realize how crazy this is. Now the reports have come out and come out and come out even more. Now what we have is a story that is absolutely nuts. So let me set the stage for you guys. The way it's set up is that you've got your regions in the Little League World Series to eventually get to Williamsport, where the championship, where you see it on TV, where you've got the Midwest team and the Southeast team and the Southwest team, and they all wear their team names, which is the state. Now, Alabama, they're from Phoenix City. They just won theirs. Crazy thing about it is 12U, right? So it's 12 and under. Alabama's going to be represented by this team from Alabama that won their state championship because they won their regional. And the pitcher, their best pitcher, is a girl. So there you go. She's going to be pitching in Williamsport. They made it. They're going to be there. That's a great story. The story, though, that's been getting all of the headlines, a nuts story. So basically, the Oklahoma team had an ineligible player. Now, we thought, okay, well, they just tried to cheat or whatever and didn't work or whatever. Well, the plot thickens. So what happens is the kid never made it to Waco, which is where they were playing their regional, right? So he never played in that game, but what he did do is he played in his district and he played in the state tournament to get Oklahoma into the regional to play against Texas, Louisiana, and all of the other teams that's in their regional. Okay,
South Central or something like that.
So he played all up until then. Okay, so this is the deal. When you're playing the Little League, you've got to live in your region. It's not like here in Florida where our high school kids, you can, school choice, you can go to whatever school you want for the most part. Where you live is where you play. Now, there are options that allow you to play different. There's some loopholes, if you would, to be able to get you to the place where you can play. So what this team did, now this is crazy. I know I'm setting you up for this, but you're going to be like jaw-dropping, wow.
These are kids.
These are kids, 12 years old, all right? So there is an exception to the rule if you have a sibling playing in that Little League. So just say, for example, your sibling is playing in this Little League and you're living in this area, but you're going to play with your brother because maybe they have a split family home, or maybe it's easier for the parents to get them there.
It's the divorced dad rule.
Right. Yeah. So what happens is there's a disabilities league. They call it something like the Dream League. Okay. And it's made for Little League has done this great thing. I think actually up at Pier Park, we've got something like that, where they allow kids with disabilities and problems to be able to enjoy the game of baseball. This is where it gets really dark, okay? So
his brother
plays in the disability league.
Okay, I'm following.
Okay, all right. And so since he plays in the disability league, you're supposed to be 7 years old or younger to be able to qualify to play in that disabilities league.
Okay. Wow.
The brother, turns out, is 10. Turns out the league that he stated that he was playing for, they actually don't carry the disability league at that specific park, even though they filled the paperwork out for the Little League All-Stars to say that they did so that they could get this player eligible to play with them.
Oh, my goodness.
So they actually used a false disability league to allow this player to come and play for this Oklahoma team. So it's disgusting. It is terrible. And what makes it even worse is that the parents as a group come out and made a statement and dog-talk the Little League for not allowing them their hard work to play. And they said the player didn't even play in the but you used him to get to the regional. You used him to get there. And that's the problem, because once they figured out that they knew that he was going to be ineligible, he didn't go to Waco, Texas to play in the regional anymore.
And they thought
dropped
that nobody
him.
would back.
And they thought nobody would go back and look
research
and see what happened.
Yeah.
And so, yes. So can you believe that we live in a time to where an athletic team 12 years old and under wants to get such an advantage that they're going to use a disability league that does not exist in our Little League to allow him to play for Team Oklahoma just to get to Williamsport, just to get on national TV and to win, because it's the first time ever that this park in Tulsa, Oklahoma has ever been to Williamsport.
Do you know how many leagues there are in the United States?
No.
Do you know how much of a shot in the dark it is to make it to
the I'm
regionals
sure.
and all
I'm
that?
sure.
Because I'll tell you, I can explain it. JPRD, Jefferson Parish Recreation Department, they are in Jefferson Parish, and they have a West Bank and East Bank on the Mississippi River. Mm-hmm. And this is in the suburbs of New Orleans. Not even New Orleans, it's Jefferson Parish. It's not Orleans Parish. And the team that I used to play for, we have like 18 or 19 playgrounds just on the East Bank. And East Bank, Jefferson Parish, won the Little League World Series against the Internationals. I don't know, it was like 4 or 5 years ago or something like that. And it was like one particular playground. I mean, Do you know how many teams there are out there? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Just to think of it, just within one county, we'll just call it a county, half of the county had like 19 teams.
Yeah.
And there's 64 parishes, counties in Louisiana.
Wow.
You do the multiplication, and Louisiana's not a very big state.
No. Imagine Texas.
Texas, Florida, California.
All those teams.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Ohio.
Yeah.
I mean, this is crazy. It's such a shot in the dark to just get that far. And I hate it for those parents and the kids.
Yeah.
More so the kids.
But I like the fact that they got it right. Texas West is going to Williamsport. Actually, the same judge that did the restraining order, the partial restraining order, to allow that to happen, to say, hey, Texas, you need to be there at 6 o'clock. And I'm going to applaud the Little League because they immediately got their lawyers involved. They immediately fought it in court as well. And
that's quick.
ESPN said, we're not covering it. And the Little League World Series said, we're not going to allow the game to be played. We're not paying the umpires to be there. So you Oklahoma, you can show up all you want, but ESPN's not going to be there, and our umpires are not going to be there. We're not going to be there taking tickets to open the park. And you can do whatever you want. So is there going to
be no representative from the South Central?
The Texas West team beat Louisiana because they played on Monday.
Yeah.
And then they filed the paperwork for Monday, and then that judge said for Tuesday that Texas was supposed to play Oklahoma. Texas said they wasn't going to play.
I see. They had one more game to go.
Little League said they wasn't going to do it. ESPN said they wasn't going to do it. So the good won in the end. So thankfully that was good. So
what people will do just to get somewhere.
Right. And it's crazy because they had that one player, you know, and who's to say that one player, because they had won every game in Waco without that player.
Yeah.
So they possibly were the best team there regardless because they had won.
Yeah.
But because they had to do that, and maybe that guy was the guy that got them through. Maybe he was this stud pitcher. I don't know. They're not going to show the kid. They're probably not going to embarrass him. That would be terrible.
Well, I think there's some type of law against that.
Yeah. So, but I do believe that, you know, the right way went forward. You know,
that kid probably has to move out of the state of Oklahoma.
I don't think so.
It's toxic, man.
I mean,
it's sports, Paul.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know that. It gets fierce.
It
does. Oklahoma is no exception.
Yeah. I just don't know. You know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes, but man, what a crazy story! What an absolute embarrassment for the state of Oklahoma.
And we were jumping to conclusions. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just say it was me. Okay.
Yeah.
Just blame Jeff. I thought it was what do we have? A 13 or 14-year-old? Is he growing a beard out? What is he doing?
Right. And you know there have been times that's happened.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you
in
remember
the Caribbean.
Yeah. I mean,
Curacao did it.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's been a lot of teams that have been, you know, forged birth certificates saying that they're younger and they're not. They're 13 playing in 12, and I mean, believe me, we're in the travel ball industry. I go to these tournaments. I've umpired these tournaments, and sometimes you do wonder. You know, and the way they work at the travel team is that you can protest. Now, this is, you know, this wasn't planned, but I'm going to tell you, when you protest for a certain organization, you have to give the director a $100 bill before you can even protest to even think if they're going to rule it in your favor or not. So you have to say, I want to protest. They said, okay, do you have your $100 bill? Wow. And you have to give them the $100 bill, and then you present your case, and then they go look it up and determine whether or not this that you were talking about is true or not. And I've been a part of those games where they have given a $100 bill and they have kicked the team out of the tournament right before the championship game to forfeit the game and give the win to the other team. So it has happened. I've seen it with my own eyes. So that is something that they do. But it's amazing. Isn't it amazing that people will go to lengths to cheat and just so that they can win?
So do you think it was Texas West that did that, or you think it was a team that already lost to Oklahoma that probably turned them in and said?
They had some trouble early on, but they beat it at the state level.
Oh.
And so I don't really know. I don't really know how it all happened, but somehow there was words that got out. You know, there's internet now, and you can't get past anything. But I mean, Does it surprise you, though, with as much as we talk about, obviously we're going to talk about football here in a minute, but as much as we talk about youth sports on this show specifically, obviously because I've got a younger son and I'm tuned into a lot of the stuff that's going on, does it surprise you, though, that these things are still happening, that cheating is happening at the lower levels? Used to you'd only think, only people that's going to be cheating are college and pro. Now you're seeing it dwindle down all the way through, all the way to little kids. I mean, you would be so surprised at things that have happened. I'll give you an example. I've done coach pitch. So the coach stands on the field in the circle and he throws the pitch to the kid. Now he's supposed to get out of the way. Right? He's supposed to get out of the way. I've seen coaches intentionally go slower to get in the way of the ball. I've seen them, when the ball was hit back at them, wait a little bit to let it go past so that they can kind of shield the ball a little bit. I've seen coaches at third base not get out of the way. They stayed in the box when the ball's hit straight up in the air in foul territory for the third baseman. It's little kids, man. I know that the box is drawn there for you to stand, but you need to get out of the way. I've seen a parents almost fight in a game because of that. And you know what? My son ran into the guy. My son was the guy that ran into him. It wasn't me trying to fight him. It wasn't me getting upset, but there was words exchanged because of it. And that's the biggest part about it. Are we surprised of how much winning matters here in Little League sports in America? It's so important. Getting that edge, to hear parents talk about whether or not my kid's getting ready to hit puberty or not. And so because he hadn't hit puberty yet, I still think I'm going to let him lift weights, even though you are or you're not, or, they're still like up in the air. Can you, just do body weight or you can do a little bit of weight training. But it's like, what's the rush? Slow down. You let them be kids. It's not always training, because a lot of these guys, they talk to their team and they tell them, if you're not working, somebody else is. And so you're going to miss not that you're going to miss your whole childhood, but you're going to train your whole childhood for that 0.0001% chance to make it to the pros. Because if you don't do this workout, little Johnny, you're not going pro.
Wow.
So that's where I'm saying. And so if you've got parents thinking that and you've got coaches thinking that, now we've got this happening with baseball. Think about the football. There's travel football now. They do the same thing. There's travel basketball now. They do the same thing. That's why you see the fights. That's why there's fightings going on. It's not about the ring. It's about winning and pumping your chest out and being able to make those social media posts to tell you and everybody else how great my son's team is and how they're all going pro in just a matter of 5 to 8 years.
Bragging rights. And not just players, but fans.
Yeah.
About their own teams.
Yeah, of course. And the thing is like, yes, we get so passionate about our football teams and our basketball teams, our baseball teams. You start talking about little Johnny's team. I mean, you better watch your mouth when you talk about little Johnny's team, because Johnny's team is the best team, and we're going to prove it to everybody this weekend because we're going to win. And who cares if we got 2 or 3 kids that are already aged out, but we got flyers for them, and we can vouch for them that they, we held them back in school because we need to win this tournament. Yeah. So, but either way, I just wanted to bring that up because of how disgusting it was by the Oklahoma Little League, by how it worked out, and it's just a terrible situation just so that team could get to Williamsport. So Tulsa, Oklahoma, stand up, take the trash out, and let's get it back up, because that's going to stay in their Little League for a long time, I believe.
I mean, what's surprising to me, maybe I'm not surprised, but the level of planning by these parents to cheat and then releasing a statement after they've been caught cheating, doubling down on the line.
Yes.
What kind of message is that?
Yeah,
what
exactly.
What kind of culture are we living in?
Yeah, because you're talking about 12-year-olds. Well, I mean, every 10-year-old walking around town has a phone, so they're involved in social media, so they've seen it. These 12-year-old boys, they're like, hey, what do you mean? We should be playing. And they're out talking. And the thing is that Williamsport or that Little League was on ESPN. They've all on ESPN. So all of those kids that go to school now, they're going to be known that they were on ESPN. Their moms and dads probably shared it. Their uncles and cousins and brothers and family members all shared. Look, there's little Johnny on ESPN playing baseball. But then now all of this happened. So a little stingy right there. So when we come back, we're going to dive into some college football, some NFL football. You don't want to miss it. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Your attention, please. ESPN Northwest Florida reminds you it's the law. It's the law. When there's a double red flag, stay out of the water, stick your toes in the sand, grab a cold drink, and listen to live sports.
Swung on, miss, strike 3.
On 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Double play!
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Wednesday evening. As we head into tonight, mostly clear skies and a low of 83 with a gentle breeze out of the west-southwest at 9 miles per hour. For tomorrow morning, mostly sunshine and a temp near 90. In the afternoon and evening, mostly sunny and a high around 91. For Friday, mostly sunshine and a high of 92. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Take the hassle out of pool ownership with Tropical Spas and Pools. Their weekly pool cleaning service covers it all. Water testing, chemicals, brushing, vacuuming, and a full equipment checkup, so you can just relax and enjoy. Ready to upgrade your backyard? They specialize in hot tub spas from entry-level to executive models, starting at $6,599. Plus, above-ground pools like an 18-foot round starting at just $4,295. Visit Tropical Spas and Pools, 3612 West 23rd Street in Panama City.
Outlaws Barbecue, the best slow smoke barbecue and ribs that fall off the bone. We're talking sandwiches piled high with tender pork, juicy beef brisket, or chopped chicken, plus delicious catfish, fried shrimp, smoked prime rib dip sandwiches, smoked wings, and the best smoked tuna dip on the beach. Save room for homemade cobblers and banana pudding, and catch live music Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at Outlaws Barbecue. Catering available too. Outlaws Barbecue, 6804 Thomas Drive.
Pull up a chair, Braves country, because your Atlanta Braves are ready to play ball on the Braves Radio Network.
Michael Harris gets good wood on it. Rising back to the chop house. Taking flight and out of here.
Tonight, the division battle rolls on at Truist Park as Austin Riley and the Braves take on the New York Mets in another big NL East matchup in Atlanta.
Coverage coming up at 6, first pitch 6:15 on your home for the Atlanta Braves. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Get off the sidelines.
This is where your life finally comes together.
And into the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson. Exclusively on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
We are back live and local right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the Sports Blitz, baby, and we're pumped up about it. I'm so glad that you've joined us today. Don't forget the Braves tonight host the Mets. 6 o'clock is the coverage time. 6:15 is the first pitch. If you want to be a part of this show, you can be. All you got to do is call the Tropical Spas and Pools phone line. 850-215-6290 is the way you do that. Jeffrey's here, Bone Crusher's here, and I'm here. And you can find us on Facebook as well as YouTube and the radio. So we're excited to have you here with us talking about some football now. The one thing I want to say is, this year coming in, it seems like we have moved into another era of football. And Jeffrey, I think you're probably going to agree with me when we talk about different things that we've discussed. One of the things that we talked about during the draft is that you didn't have that Alabama, domination. You didn't really have that Georgia domination. You didn't have all these players that you had heard all year about that was going to go into the league and then immediately. If you remember the defenses that Kirby has put out and all of those guys going, basically they went to the Eagles, but either way, how they went to this team and that team. And then look at all the Alabama players. Used to my claim to fame when I would be pumping my chest out talking about the NFL when somebody would say, who's your team in the NFL? And I'd be like, well, I don't really have a team. I just follow the Alabama players. And they're like, well, what does that mean? I'm like, I guess I'm a fan of everybody because Alabama's on every team, And that used to be the way it was. Well, now things are different. And, I was looking at just some preseason stuff, and I know we've got a lot of people that are going to be coming on next week. Coach John Summerall is possibly, I don't want to give you a time yet, but we've got him on the hook very soon. I'm excited to talk to him about some stuff that's been going on over there at Florida. And then we've got some Alabama people, some Tennessee people, and Ole Miss people. So we're getting excited about it. We're going to have a lot more people on. But I started looking at one of these preseason All-Americans, and again, it is what it is. It's just somebody's opinion, but I want you to listen to some of it. And so it was on 3. I saw it yesterday, and again, it's just one of publications, one of the online people
opinions,
right? So quarterback Trinidad Chambliss, Ole Miss.
Oh yeah.
Running back Keywan Lacey.
I know where this is going.
All right. Ahmad Hardy, the other running back position, Missouri. Mm-hmm. Jeremiah Smith, wide receiver, Ohio State. Malachi Toney, wide receiver, Miami. So far, you're okay with that, right? I mean, maybe Jaden Ball, right?
Yeah.
Maybe Jaden Ball. Tight end, Jamari Johnson, Oregon. Tackle, Carter Smith, Indiana. Tackle, or guard, Evan Tinzigal, Cincinnati. Center, Caden Piper, Iowa. The other guard, Shadre Hurst, Houston. The other tackle, Trevor Godsby, Texas. All-purpose, Wayne Knight, UCLA. Place kicker, Lucas Carnero, Ole Miss.
Oh, yeah.
Let's look at the defense. Yeah, he's good.
Legit.
Let's look at the defense. Edge rusher, Colin Smith, Texas. Offense or defensive tackle, Tyreek Tucker, Indiana. Another defensive tackle, A.J. Holmes, Texas Tech. The other edge rusher, Dylan Stewart, South Carolina. Linebacker, Roha Hardy, Indiana. Linebacker, Rasheem Biles, Texas. Linebacker, Xavier Atkins, Auburn. Cornerback, Leonard Moore, Notre Dame. Cornerback, Kelly Jones, Mississippi State. Safety, K.J. Bolden, Georgia. The other safety, Coy Parich, Oregon. Punter, Evan Kinshaw, Troy. And punt returner, Ryan Niblett, Texas. I'm off to the side about all this. Number one, what stands out to you right out the gate?
Sounds like about 19 Big Ten and SEC players.
Right. Which is, okay, so that's what stood out to you. What stood out to me the most? Nobody from Alabama. Nobody from Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody from USC. Nobody from Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody from LSU.
Yeah.
What world? Nobody from Oklahoma? Like, what are we living in?
Well,
nobody from A&M? Like, usually you would see multiple Alabamas. You had one Georgia. One player from Georgia made the again.
We have like 3 Texases.
Yeah.
And Ole Miss. And
3 Ole Miss.
3 Ole Miss.
3 Ole Miss.
Wow.
Trinidad, Lacey,
the kicker.
And then the kicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you had 3 from Ole Miss.
That's scoring a score.
And you had 3, I think, or 2 or 3 from 3 from Indiana.
Yeah.
A couple from Texas, like you said. A couple from Oregon.
A guy from Iowa.
One Iowa. One
UCLA.
Yeah. I'm just but I'm just saying, like, unbelievable. So has the transfer portal, has the NIL, has it really has it even the playing field, because now you got great players going to schools that are good schools.
Oh, yeah.
But your traditional schools aren't really, because you only have one player off Ohio State. As much as Ohio State is talking about how good they're going to be, the number one ranked team in the country,
it's Jeremiah
they've
Smith.
got one player on the All-American team.
And it was Jeremiah Smith?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Julian Sand, top 10 quarterback.
Bo Jackson,
but he's
running
not
back.
number one because they're only going to take one quarterback.
Yeah, but
because that's all you got is one position.
But
I'm not saying it's unbiased. I'm not saying that. It didn't seem like it was, I'm not saying it was that far off. And on 3 has been off.
Yeah, they have. Everybody has. We've
Yeah.
all had our times where we've been off. But I'm just saying,
I mean,
like,
there's certain players that sure they're going to get overlooked because they're just not number one. Maybe they're number 2, number 3. Maybe they show up and this season is the season for them.
Yeah.
And people aren't as high as you are on Mensa.
Right. And I mean,
it's an opinion.
It is an opinion, but it's also they wasn't high on Carson Beck last year either.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it. If you had to pick one, and who's the most electric quarterback from last year that's coming back? I mean, it's Trinidad Chambliss, but hands down.
Yeah.
They've already put him in New York.
Because the number 1 and number 2, Indiana and Miami quarterbacks are gone.
They're gone.
So who was the third best team? Possibly Ole Miss.
Right.
In the playoffs.
And that's what they look at.
When it counted.
Yes. Yeah. And so does it surprise you, though, that they didn't give any love to LSU? And they didn't give any love?
Let's be honest. This is a team sport. Okay, and I'd be biased if I just going to put an LSU person in because he's an LSU person. Are you going to put Whit Weeks at linebacker on this thing?
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe he's second or third stringing.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not even that high. Trades Green, the wide receiver. That's the only other person I would even think about putting on an All-American team preseason.
Yeah.
And is he up there? A lot of people don't even have him top 5 in the SEC.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, are you leaving out Trades Green? Probably so. Usually we have some type of defensive player in there, and they just aren't that highly touted any longer. Because they're gone.
What about Cam Coleman not making the list from Texas?
Well, they have enough Texas players on there. Well, let's not add any more of that.
Also, you got to look at. I mean, is there a possibility? I know we rant and rave and talk about how great of a quarterback class we have coming out this year.
Yeah.
Is there a possibility, though, that we possibly could have the best wide receiver class that we've seen in many years? Wow. Maybe since the Jordan or maybe since the Jefferson and Chase year?
Oh, yeah, it's true.
I mean, because
Absolutely.
when you look at these guys who's coming out, who has the opportunity, you got Jeremiah Smith, obviously. You got Cam Coleman.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the Dallas Wilson out of Florida. You've got Deuce Robinson out of Florida State.
USC has a wide receiver?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you got Ryan Williams out of Alabama. I mean, there's a lot. If you get 4 to 5 hit wide receivers coming out of this class, is it going to be a crazy draft that we're going to see the first, out of the first 32 picks, that it's going to be 16 quarterbacks and wide receivers combined?
No, that's not going to happen.
It could.
No.
It could.
I actually would not be surprised if there's 5 in the top 20 that are wide receivers alone.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But it's on an individual basis. But it is going to be a good wide receiver year, too. You're right.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Would you be surprised if there's 3 running backs in the first round and none in the second round next year?
Yes, I would be very surprised. I don't think there's going to be one running back, hardly.
What?
Maybe Lacey and Ball. That's it.
Fletcher's not coming out?
Yeah, but I don't, there's a thing about being elusive in the pros more than just being able to hit a hole.
But some of these players.
Fletcher's great, don't get me wrong, but is his game going to, translate to the next? I mean, he could be like Omar Hamilton that came out of North Carolina, just a big, burly back that gets some, if he gets some space, he's gone. But I'm just saying, I don't know. Offensively, this could be one of those years that we go back 5 years from now and be like, this class right here was absolutely stacked.
Monsters.
Because you're not going to again, and there will always be offensive linemen. There's going to be defensive tackles that are going to get taken. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And there's going to be, edge rushers. That's going to happen. But this year's draft, if you look at the wide receivers and the quarterbacks, and then I'll even give it to you because you do have Hardy, Jaden Ball, Fletcher, like you talked about, Keywan Lacey. I mean, these guys have the ability to possibly, and the back.
Be a top 20.
To be a top 20 pick. And, I mean, that's what I'm saying. If these guys are crazy good, is this going to be a heavy offensive draft coming next year? Which makes me believe, all right, and I said this yesterday, and we're talking about Miami, of how they're going to change the way, maybe it was Monday, how they're going to change the way they play this year. Miami is going to outscore teams instead of beating them 21-6
or 9-6 or 9-3
right.
or 6-3 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
but I'm just saying, like, it's going to be a different – I think Mensah and Fletcher and Tony and some of these other guys, they're going to score points. And it's just like, for me, once Alabama figures out who their quarterback is, once Florida figures out who their quarterback is, once Sam Levitt gets comfortable in LSU's, and then if Arch Manning's who they say he is, and Trinidad Chamberlain, these guys are all going to be playing each other. So we're going to see some heavy offensive firepower playing this year. You talked about Julian saying, well, Bryce Underwood's coming back. Is he going to be electric? Dante Moore's coming back. Is he going to be electric? Yeah. So you got all of these teams that have all of these quarterbacks that we're ranting and raving about. I mean, your favorite guy at Baylor, DJ Lagway, he's going to Lenore Sellers. I mean, all of these guys that have been notable, and I joke with you about that, but seriously, Lagway has been notable. Lenore Sellers has been notable. Mensah, he's talked about, being something. Kamario Taylor down at Mississippi State, they talk about how great he's going to be. Arch Manning, is he finally going to do it? Is this Keelan Russell for real? Is Tramel Jones or Philo? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is all these guys have got to play each other. So if the defense can't stop them, we're going to see 30, 40-point games in the SEC, and not just the SEC. If USC is back, if USC can get back, everybody calls Lincoln Riley, a quarterback whisperer, all that stuff. Well, you know what? If USC is back, that's going to make the Big Ten not 3 yards in a cloud of dust anymore. It's going to be air out, game out. Washington, are they going to be good? So, I mean, you got a lot of stuff going on this year. It's going to be curious to see how it goes.
Before Penix hit it, I didn't know who the heck Penix was for Washington.
Yeah.
And there's going to be the outliers.
Well, he was at Indiana. I remember him at Indiana. Yeah. He was good there.
Yeah, but he wasn't like a top-notch quarterback for me.
Right.
And what I was thinking. And then there's the outliers. And halfway through the season, we're going to be talking about an SMU quarterback. We don't know his name right now.
Clemson?
I don't know about Clemson. It's been a little while for them. BYU quarterback, because they're playing a bunch of nobodies and they're posting up 48 points.
Yeah.
And that we're going to be talking about them by midseason. And you know what's going to happen? They're going to have 1 or 2 games where they're going to completely stumble and fall, and then we'll stop talking about it because they're not playing anybody.
You got Mestamaker at Oklahoma State now, too.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, all of this stuff, is about to happen. We talk about the heavy side of the quarterbacks, but is it the quarterbacks only? It's the wide receivers. It's the running backs that you've named. I mean, this year's offense and offensive scoring could be off the charts. I don't know the records, all right? But could this be the year that, an SEC championship is 34-31? Is the Iron Bowl going to be overtime 28-35, right? I mean, what is it going to be? Is it going to be high score? And see, I think it is. I think it's going to be crazy score. I mean, if you think Minshew at Kentucky is going to be good, if you think C.J. Carr at Notre Dame is going to be good, you realize how many quarterbacks we've named just in this 20-minute segment, and all of these guys, if you ask their program people, if you ask their fans, they're so elated about them. They're so excited about them. I mean, something's got to give, but is it going to be the year of outscoring each other in college football? Is that going to be the norm for this year because of all of these pro scouts or players that are going to go pro that are talking about? You got NFL teams actually talking about tanking because of how great these quarterbacks are. I'm just saying this could be made for TV this year. All these games that these guys are playing.
It's be exciting. I can only remember one Iron Bowl that was in the 40s.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
And I don't know. You probably remember that one.
Yeah. I'm just saying that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But could LSU Alabama be in the 40s? Could Georgia Alabama be in the 40s? I mean, we didn't even mention Gunnar Stockton. We didn't even said his name, but maybe
Or Byron Brown.
Nothing about Byron Brown. That's right. And Anthony or
Carr
Simmons
at Notre Dame.
Yeah, C.J. Carr, Simmons at Missouri. Yeah. I mean, there's a plethora of names that we've talked about. Now we know, just don't get too out of whack. We know that there's going to be some that are going to get hurt, or some that's going to fail. Some's going to lose their job. Some's going to have bad years, and that's just part of life. I mean, that's just how it is. And guess who we didn't even mention? John Mateer. We say nothing about John Mateer today.
Arch Manning?
Yeah, we said Arch
Reed.
Manning early. We didn't say nothing about Marcel Reed. I mean, this year you've got 25 quarterbacks
30.
that you can name their
You can
name.
name 30 quarterbacks right
That's
now.
what I'm saying. You can name them all.
Yeah.
And every fan base thinks theirs the best.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of them. And that's what's crazy about it. So
And that's the first person they're talking about when they're talking about their team.
yeah, of course. Yeah, because the quarterback's the most important position for the players or for the fans.
Yeah.
Well, you know who's the most important for us? Duplay, right here at 287 Aberdeen Parkway in beautiful Panama City, right next to the Lynn Haven Sports Complex. If you want to beat the heat, if you want to beat the rain, you need to go over there and get those kids going. I know school has started, but it does not fail. They don't just quit. If you're a homeschooler, they got a plan for you. If you need after-school care, they got a plan for you. If you want to join one of their leagues, they've got the plan and the place for you. All you got to do is go to their website, duplayonline.com, or you can go to their Facebook page at Duplay and just simply DOPLAY, and you can see everything that they've got planned for this week and this month. Adults, don't feel like they're leaving you out. They've got dodgeball as well, so you need to take your friends, take your coworkers over there, the ones you don't get along with very good, and play a little bit of dodgeball with them. A good old throw to the head never hurt anybody. So either way, go see them, 287 Aberdeen Parkway in beautiful Panama City. When we come back, we're going to dive into something that I heard today, and I want to talk to Jeffrey and get his opinion about it. It's about the Florida Gators. You might want to listen up. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson at 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the Coach James Hale Show.
What you're telling everybody, we need to hurry up and get the Super Conference going, the Big Ten SEC, and then forget everything else. I agree with you. I'm ready for that. Is that what he said? I'm ready for that. I think
can see a Super Conference that brings in the best teams in the country.
Play that back, James. Let's see. Yeah, we can play. We'll go to the back.
Weekday mornings 7 to 9. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Football season is right around the corner. Touchdown! And 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida has an unbelievable schedule of college and NFL games. Do you own a business, want to reach more customers? Put the power of ESPN Northwest Florida to work for you. Advertising opportunities are available right now. For more information, call 850-215-4468 or go to ESPNPC.com and click the contact button.
Ready to play? Welcome to Duplay, your premier indoor destination for family fitness and total fun. Duplay is designed for fun, movement, and skill building for all ages. Kids can explore our active playgrounds, while athletes and teams can utilize our turf fields, indoor soccer, batting cages, full basketball, and volleyball courts. With open play, training space, and structured activities, it's all inclusive at the new Duplay in Panama City. Take a look now at DuplayOnline.com. That's DuplayOnline.com.
Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, where the locals go for the best boiled seafood around. Crawfish, shrimp, red royals, and everything crabs. Watch almost every sporting event in the country on their huge outdoor jumbotron. Follow them on Facebook to stay up to date on weekly events, live music, and food and beer specials. Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, your home away from home for sports, good times, and great food. The best boiled seafood. Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, 320 West 5th Street, downtown Panama City.
Pull up a chair, Braves country, because your Atlanta Braves are ready to play ball on the Braves Radio Network.
Michael Harris gets good wood on it. Rising back to the chop house. Taking flight and out of here.
Tonight, the division battle rolls on at Truist Park as Austin Riley and the Braves take on the New York Mets in another big NL East matchup in Atlanta.
Coverage coming up at 6, first pitch 6:15 on your home for the Atlanta Braves. ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Local roots, global reach.
Stroking it from 3.
The Sports Blitz never stops. And Paul Wilson has the mic.
The only way an LSU player can win the Heisman is they come from another team.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
We are back live and local right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. You've reached us here at the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson, and we're so glad that you've joined us today. Don't forget, tonight, in about 15 minutes, the Braves take on the Mets. 6 o'clock is the coverage time. 6:15 is the first pitch. The Mets going to go down, the old Metropolitans. If you want to be a part of this show, you can be. All you got to do is call in or text in on the Tropical Spas and Pool phone line, 850-215-6290. Jeffrey, you're a foodie, and we've got a new sponsor connected to here at 104.3 ESPN. Tell us a little bit about them.
Your spot on the east end of Panama City Beach. To eat like a local, right on the water, is the Deckhand Social.
All right.
Got grilled shrimp, Key West mahi-mahi, that sounds good, Low Country grouper, and famous pickle dip. I'm not sure if I'm into that one, but I could eat all the other stuff.
What do you mean?
It's so good.
Pickle dip? You don't like pickles?
I mean, I don't know. You'd have to fry pickles in order for me to eat them to get that pickle taste out, because I'm not a big pickle person.
You don't like pickles? You don't like the elastic pickles where you just go when you buy them?
I know
it's crunchy.
people that that are really into pickles. Pickle dip sounds kind of interesting, but it's just not going to be a me thing.
I love
but you
pickles.
Give me some mahi or grouper, and you're right there by the water. If you're driving down Navy and you're heading towards Lower Lagoon, right?
Yeah.
It's right. It's on the left-hand side right there.
Yeah,
right before the water.
I like pickles.
You do?
So I probably would like the pickle dip. I've never had it. I'm not a big mahi-mahi fan. I like grouper. I love shrimp any way you want it.
Oh, yeah, shrimp.
Yeah, shrimp.
Any which way.
Yeah, shrimp.
There's no way. Raw is the only way I would not eat shrimp.
I mean, if I was in a bad situation.
You might even eat it raw.
I can't promise you what I'd do. I mean, if I was hungry,
Yeah.
if we're out in the middle of the ocean starving and there's a nice little shrimp floating by, you got to go for what you know.
Do you remember what your wife ordered when she went to Deckhand Social? You don't, do you?
Yes.
I'm putting you on the spot.
I do. A salad.
It probably was grilled chicken salad.
Yeah, no chicken. Hold the protein.
What?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, she's a cheap date for sure. I mean, those salads aren't very expensive, so that means I can go for the combo.
Oh my God!
So there you go.
He's getting like shrimp and fish.
That's right, shrimp and steak actually.
Oh wow!
So let me have a little bit of both.
She was lucky to get the salad.
How do you order your steak?
They come with free bread.
How do you order your steak, Paul?
Well,
you're gonna do it.
I'm gonna go medium.
Okay, good. That's good. Good. Okay.
But I will throw in a medium well sometimes, because sometimes they don't know the difference between almost raw and medium, and I don't want to chew on this thing.
And my thing is the medium rare. It's sometimes it can. They can do a little too red.
Right.
I want more pink.
Yeah, I don't want to hear a cow mooing at me when I've cut the steak. Right. So that keep me off of that.
Yeah.
All right, let's dive into this. I heard something. And I was on a podcast last night, and there was some talk going on about the Gators and what is looking like that's shaping up at the quarterback position. John Summerall came out, and don't forget now, you guys need to be listening. We're in talks with having him. Not sure exactly when, whether it's going to be next week or not. Pretty sure it's going to be next week, but we'll see. But, the thing is that Buster Faulkner has made mention that we want to be a little bit like Steve Spurrier, and we want to be a little bit like Urban Meyer. Now, obviously, that'd be like me saying I want to be a little bit like Bear Bryant and a little bit like Nick Saban, right? I mean,
you're right.
Yeah,
they're both national champions,
right? Of course, that's that's what we strive to be.
Yeah,
but I think they're leaning towards, and if you remember what Summerall said at SEC Media Days. He said, if a guy's having a bad game, maybe I might need to pull him and put the other guy in.
Yeah.
Or, maybe we're not going to have these guys overdo it and be in there too long. I think he was mainly talking about the DJ Lagway LSU game. They don't want to just keep him in there, keep throwing interceptions just to see what would happen. But I also believe, again, we talked about it. He's tipped his hat to us before. I think he's tipping it again. I'm going to say this. I believe, and I'll ask him. You know me, I'll ask him. I don't mind asking him questions.
We're in trouble now.
I think he's okay with going 2 quarterbacks for this whole season. I don't think any quarterback is going to be the guy until he is. They've got 2 powder puffs the first games of the season. They play like the Campbell Soups and who's the other team? I can't remember. FAU. Yeah. So they got 2 powder puffs to start the year. FAU and the Campbell Soups.
Florida Atlantic could play them to about 14 or 17 point game.
Lane Kiffin's not there anymore.
They're going to kill Campbell by about 40, maybe 50 points. It's not even going to be close.
So
these are totally 2 different cupcakes here.
Going into
one of them's got
frosting,
and the other one's got a lot of frosting.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, and one of them,
they're going to kill them. And it's actually hard in the second game to try and figure out who your quarterback is.
Because you got to play that third game. That third game is going to be the tough one. Yeah.
And then you got Auburn.
Yeah,
by Auburn, you better have some kind of notion of what you're going to do. And even if it is having 2 quarterbacks. And I'm not completely against it. Are you against it?
No.
I'm not against it either.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Urban Meyer used 2 quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. Chris Leak and Tim Tebow
in 2006.
Right. And what'd they do that year?
They won a national title.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Has Steve Spurrier ever been the kind of coach to just yank a quarterback for throwing balls bad and then just put somebody else in? Hello, Terry Dean.
Oh, Terry Dean was good.
Hello, Shane Matthews.
Shane Matthews was pulled?
Jesse Palmer. Really? All those guys didn't start every time. They were all there close to the same spots.
There was so much hype around those players at the beginning of the season.
They were all there.
Danny Werfel?
Danny Werfel. I mean, he didn't get pulled and benched.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, there were times that guys were in there playing quarterback for Steve Spurrier, and they wasn't looking good, and Spurrier said, hey, you know what? You need to come over here and have a seat. We're going to put the other guy in. So what I'm saying is that they talked to Spurrier a lot.
Yeah.
And last night it was kind of funny. We were talking about Spurrier, and they were there's a new book getting ready to come out next year, and it's going to be the quarterbacks of Steve Spurrier, and it's going to go behind the scenes and talk to all the quarterbacks about Steve Spurrier. I'm going to try to get the guy on here to talk about it, and we'll get some copies, and maybe we can get some given away to some of the fans here. One of the things he talked about is the funniest.
When does this book come out? I got to know.
Before next season, supposed to. So it's
got to wait.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of.
It sounds
interviews.
sounds like a good idea.
Yes, it's a really good idea. So he's talking about what Spurrier has said, and the thing is that Spurrier said is, he's told guys, he's like, this is not your fault when they come off the field and he pulled them and they've thrown interceptions. He's like, it's not your fault. It's totally my fault for having the confidence in you to.
Oh no!
I was about to say that
passive aggressive.
Oh my God,
that is passive aggressive.
So that's true story. So that's what's coming in that book. So I mean, it's just a funny deal. But when you look at their schedule, Florida Atlantic, I mean, that's not real competition. Campbell, that's not real competition. Auburn's going to be big time competition
at their place
at Jordan-Hare. Right? Whoever they have is going to need some confidence. So whoever plays the most to me in that Campbell game is going to be the quarterback that comes in. I just have a feeling. I have a feeling they're going to do the whole, we're going to start this guy.
Yeah.
And then the second half, or we're going to let him play a certain amount of snaps against FAU, and then this guy's going to get some snaps against FAU. I don't think they're going to do the traditional, this is the starting quarterback. I think they're too close. I think they're too tight, and I think they're too close for the season. I think both of them is going to get – because they're going to lean on Jaden Ball a lot. Mm-hmm. right? And check downs to ball, easy, passes in the flats, that kind of stuff. The wide receivers that they have, they've been ranting and raving about the skill position players. Well, who throws the ball to skill position players? The quarterback does. Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying, I think it's going to be a two-headed monster to start the season for the Florida Gators.
I think you're wrong. I think the first game they're going to come out and they're going to play to the fans and they're going to throw it downfield a little bit. I don't think it's all going to be just in the flat and handing the ball off the ball. No, they're going to get this crowd excited about a new coach.
I believe that, but I'm saying it's going to be a two-headed monster. They're not going to name a starter.
But if one starts the first half and then Phylon starts the second half, I'm fine with that. Comparing the results, figure out who's moving the ball, who gives up the drive and ends up settling for a field goal. It's not just a numbers crunch. It's about producing points.
Yeah.
And not turning over the ball, obviously.
Yeah.
And who's working well with you. I mean, let's say a wide receiver just does not click with a quarterback. It happens.
Yeah.
And, they're going to have to figure it out. I'm not completely against them doing for the second game either. But when you go into the third game, if somebody stumbles and falls, the other guy's in there. Boom.
And see, that's the only problem because you know as well as I do, a quarterback that's not looking forward is a bad decision for you. You got to solidify most of the time. Now, I will say, the difference between what this is that both of these guys kind of have the same skill set. Maybe Tramel Jones might be a little more elusive on the running.
Yes.
But it's not like what we saw with Urban Meyer, with Chris Leak, and Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow was a running back is what they mainly used him for. I mean, what play do we know Tim Tebow for the most in that season? The jump pass. The jump pass or running over people.
Running through a hole 6 or 7 yards out and gets a touchdown.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
It was obvious he was going to make that touchdown.
He was a different type of quarterback than Chris Leak. Chris Leak was more of a pro style. He was a small guy, but he was more of a pro style quarterback, whereas Tebow was a runner and he could throw a little bit or whatever. Well, these guys have the same skill set. So that's the difference between the Urban Meyer years using the dual quarterback than what we're talking about. But I think it's going to be a two-headed monster going into the Auburn game. I think they'll do that, but it scares me for Florida because when you don't have a guy that you feel like you've got confidence in, you don't feel like, hey, you're our guy. Now, again, he could totally surprise us all and say, you know what, we got a starting quarterback. His name is blank. And then there you go. I was wrong. But we will see what happens. Thanks for listening today. It's been a great show. Again, we will be back tomorrow, same time, same channel, 4 to 6, Monday through Friday. You've been listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Pull up a chair, Braves country, because your Atlanta Braves are ready to play ball on the Braves Radio Network.
Michael Harris gets good wood on it, rising back to the chop house, taking flight and out of here.